Beautiful. All packed up. This big U-Haul making our lives so much easier. Oh my god. Alright, this is our Airbnb. It's the cutest little old house across from a school, so that should be a good sign. It's so nice. I don't think we're gonna be able to park. There's a lot of parking. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. We are currently sitting outside of the THRIFTCON venue waiting for them to let us in because we have a big U-Haul and we came early hoping that they would let us in first so we wouldn't get caught in the traffic of everyone setting up today. So hopefully we can get that done really quickly. The drive was actually really easy. We just kind of tried to entertain each other the whole time. We got Chick-fil-A for lunch. We had a bunch of little munchies on the way. It was overall a pretty easy drive. No complaints there. Our Airbnb was super nice and quiet. I really like it. And we're gonna be there for like 4 days. So thank God it turned out to be a good one. We'll bring you into the venue, show you us setting up a little bit. And then tomorrow is game day, as we like to call it.
And the next day.
And the next day. 2 days, first time ever 2-day THRIFTCON event. So we're gonna see how all of this goes. Okay, so this is our spot right here, and that's not our spot number, it's over there. But in the middle of our spot is this number, which is literally my birthday, March 28th. It's coming up in 6 days. Is that not a sign of good luck or what? That's so weird. Like, some number from a previous event was left here, and it just happened to be in the center of our spot. That's crazy. Basically all the clothes are on the racks and we are praying that they let us keep our tent up because sometimes they say we're not supposed to, but we do it anyways and nobody says anything, and we're really hoping they do that this time. So Clay is just hanging up our little fairy lights. They just told us to take the tarp down. I'm so sad now. This is what it looked like. We just found out that if you use wax paper on your racks, it'll make them stop squeaking.
So this is it squeaky? Oh wait, hold on.
Squeaks a lot, okay? No, it doesn't squeak at all.
So smooth too.
It's so smooth. That's crazy. Like actually the most life-changing thing I think I've ever learned.
Look at that.
This is gonna work wonders for our pants rack, Clay.
Oh my god, yeah, I haven't even gone down there yet.
Oh my god. Blasting Tim and Paula right now. What's up, guys? We are currently in Atlanta, period. What's up, guys? We are at day 1 of Atlanta Thriftcon. We don't even know what the vibes are yet.
Check the fit. Come out here, check the fit.
Yeah, it's cute or whatever. The fact that they've made it a 2-day event is definitely affecting how the sales are looking, but we will literally not know how that has fully affected it until tomorrow afternoon. So we're just trying to keep our like vibes high because right now we're like really confused. It doesn't feel like a normal THRIFTCon day, and we're sleepy and tired, and we're trying not to show customers that we're sleepy and tired. So Clay's literally dying behind the camera right now. At least I look cute though. The fact that my outfit is fire is the only thing keeping my vibes up today. Welcome to THRIFTCon Atlanta Day 2. The vibes, let's just say they're not immaculate. We got Vietnamese food, egg rolls. It's good. Hey y'all, we are back home now. Today is Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. And we drove back on Monday. Literally took the whole Monday to get home. It was like 12 hours. That drive killed my body, like absolutely destroyed. But we're home now, everything's fine. So now is the fun part where I get to tell you a little bit about what the hell happened at THRIFTCon Atlanta, okay? Because as you saw in the couple clips I managed to get, the vibes were not there this THRIFTCon, let me tell you. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Let me just start kind of from the beginning, okay? So this is the first time ever that THRIFTCon has decided to do a 2-day weekend event, okay? Usually it's just on one day, and that one day is just crazy because I think the most amount of people they've had come through in one day was like 15,000 or something, and that was in Denver, and we were there for that event. It was crazy. It's usually around like 8,000, 10,000 people that come through in one day, okay? But apparently either customers or some vendors, I don't know what vendors, customers were asking if they could do 2-day events so that people that aren't available on the one day that they had the event, they could come on like the day before or after. So THRIFTCon decided to try that out. This was the first time ever, and I can only tell you my experience, but it seemed like the energy of THRIFTCon was not there because there was significantly less people there on each day, but there was still the same amount of vendors. It's like 100 or more vendors or something like that. So because the customer base got split between 2 days, it was just like too diluted for the amount of vendors that were there. So we didn't do very good. This was our worst THRIFTCon ever, and hopefully the worst that we will ever have, because we can't repeat this again. This can't be happening again. Like, oh my god. So I think what happened was when there's just like way less people there, the like excitement is gone, and there's just obviously the chance of the right people walking by your booth diminishes. And if you know anything about the kind of stuff that I sell, it's a little bit more like niche. It's like, I mean, I do have some like streetwear, or like what they call like sportswear, streetwear. Y2K is also something that sells a lot nowadays. I have a little bit of that, but really not too much. Or at least half of my stuff is like funky, bright, colorful, multi-patterned, like 70s style stuff, like stuff that's very like unique. So it takes like the right person to walk into my booth for us to get sales, because not everyone wears like super just like funky stuff. There's a lot of people that just don't go for that look, okay? It's not the most popular look out there in the vintage community, which I understand, and that's something I've had to battle with a lot. Usually my sales don't compared to people that sell what is the most popular items. So when there's less people there, it makes the likelihood of us making a lot of sales go down a lot. And that's what happened. We made like a quarter of what I was expecting to make. And that it's just hard to say how the event was overall for everyone else. I know a couple friends of mine that also didn't do near as good as they thought they would. I know some friends that did super bad on the first day, but then on the second day like really picked up and they were happy with their sales by the end of the day. I know some people that did really well both days because their products are way more popular at this time, or maybe more popular with the people of Atlanta. You know, all cities have like certain styles to them or certain trends that are going around. And it also depended on your spot within the event. So our spot I thought would have been really good, but like genuinely, we just didn't even have that many people walking by. Like it was so different from the THRIFTCON that we know. There was just no crowds. There was no constant stream of people going by your booth. It was strange. It was like basically overall the energy was just not there. There was no like buzz in the air. Usually it's like just so crowded, so hyped up, everyone's excited to buy, and because it's a one-day event, customers make their decisions way quicker. The other thing is that, of course, because it's a two-day event, that meant we had to pay a lot more expenses. So the event's Saturday and Sunday, and we set up for the event on Friday. So that meant if it takes 12 hours to drive to Atlanta, we had to drive there Thursday, and we had an Airbnb for this whole weekend, okay? So we had like 2 extra days to pay for an Airbnb because setup was a whole day before, and then we had Saturday, Sunday, and then sleep in the Airbnb again Sunday night, and then we left Monday. And then of course we're pulling a U-Haul trailer, so that entire time if we want to go somewhere that like may not have good parking, which most places did not have good parking, we had to pay for Ubers and all the food and the meals and the groceries and whatever we had to get. All those little extra expenses added up. So the first day only covered our expenses for us. Like, and the second day was just a little extra. Like, we did very bad in sales, guys. Like, I don't want to tell you straight up numbers because I will be sad, but this is a really long rant. But this is also important because it was their first 2-day event. They made the spot cost more than double what it originally was. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the size that I got this time was a 15 by 15, and I believe before for a one-day event the 15 by 15s were like $500 or something like that. Now they're $1,000, okay? And originally we would have done a 20 by 20, which was around $850 or something like that. They made the 20 by 20s $2,000. So most people were like, screw that, I am not paying $2,000 out of my pocket when we don't even know how good the event was gonna be. So that's why we did a 15 by 15. Thank God we did that. So basically, the moral of that story is hopefully THRIFTCON receives the messages from the vendors that did not do nearly as well as they should have, and I really hope in the future they go back to one-day events. Now, I'm very nervous because Denver is coming up, and we already bought that spot. We got another 15 by 15, and that is another 2-day event. So we have literally no idea what to expect. Denver is also their biggest event every year because they're from Denver. It has a possibility of still doing really well, and it also depends on our placement in the event center. So we could do really well at Denver, and it's like this one was an anomaly for us based on where we were at. I don't know. I'm very nervous about it because the expenses for Denver will also be way more. Denver is a very expensive city. Atlanta was a very expensive city too, but I think Denver's worse. Yeah, that was that. You know, we're just trying to learn from it and let it go. It's over. At least our expenses got paid, so we didn't lose money on the trip, which is better than nothing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the little clips of our trip that I did manage to get. Subscribe, please, if you want to, and follow us on Instagram at neomai.vintage, and shop our website. All of that is in the description, of course. I'll see you probably when we're prepping or going to Denver in April. My life is getting very busy the next couple weeks, so if I get to film, that would be a surprise. I gotta go. It's time to go. I got chores to do, okay? And I gotta edit this video. So have a wonderful, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.